All right, let's get right into it. If you're a New Yorker trying to find help for anxiety, you know the online world can be, well, a lot. But what if the best, most professional care wasn't across town, but right there on your screen? Today, we are going to lay out a clear, simple map for navigating legitimate online anxiety treatment, specifically for New Yorkers. You know, living in New York is like nothing else, right? The energy, the drive, the pace, it's incredible. But let's be honest, that same environment can be a pressure cooker. So managing anxiety here isn't just about anxiety, it's about handling it while living in one of the most demanding cities on Earth. And that's where this whole idea gets really interesting. The solution isn't about running away from the city. It's about finding tools that help you thrive in it. And it turns out that regulated, professional virtual therapy is becoming an absolutely powerful way for New Yorkers to get support right on their own terms. So let's walk down this new path together. And just to be clear, we're not talking about some random wellness app. We're talking about a structured, professional, and serious approach to your mental health. Okay, let's unpack this sentence, because every word here matters. Evidence-based. That just means the methods are backed by science. They're proven to work. New York licensed. This means your therapist is held to the exact same high standards as any other medical professional in the state. And HIPAA compliant. That's the big one for privacy. It means your sessions are legally protected and confidential. The takeaway here, this is real, regulated medical care, plain and simple. All right, which brings us to the biggest question people have about all this. You know the one. If it's happening through a screen, is it, the real deal? Let's tackle that doubt head on. This is it, right? This is the number one concern, and it's a totally fair question. We've all got this image of therapy happening on a couch in a quiet office. So can you really build that same essential human connection through a video call? And the answer, according to a whole lot of research, is a resounding yes. See, the magic of therapy isn't in the room or the furniture. It's all about the relationship you build with your therapist. And for most people, that bond, that essential connection, it comes through just as strong on a screen. And this is exactly why. It all boils down to this concept called the therapeutic alliance. It's basically the trusting, collaborative relationship between you and your therapist. Think of it as the engine that drives all the progress in therapy. And that engine runs on good communication and trust, not on being in the same physical room. And look, for anyone who's still a little skeptical, this is the clincher. This isn't some Wild West unregulated space. The state of New York has specific rules. They're called Part 596 that legally require virtual therapy sessions to meet the exact same high standards for quality and safety as an in-person visit. It's not a lesser service. It's legally considered an equivalent one. Okay, so we've established that the quality is there. Let's get practical. What do you actually need to do to make sure your first session is safe and successful? And I want you to think of this checklist as more than just a list of rules. This is your part of the deal. By taking these steps, you are an active partner in making your own care better and safer. It's a team effort. So let's run through these 5 quick things. Finding a private space, having a good connection, and filling out the forms, that'll make sense. But let's focus on number 1, because it is absolutely critical. You must be physically located in New York State during your session. And this isn't just a bureaucratic thing. It's for your safety. Your therapist is licensed in New York, and if there were ever an emergency, they need to know your location so they can coordinate with local first responders to get you help. It is a vital safeguard. Now, we need to talk about one of the most important things in this whole space. We have to draw a really clear line between 2 very different things that you can find online. Say on one side, you have a regulated medical service. That's what we've been talking about. And on the other side, you have these general wellness or chat-based apps. They might look kind of similar on the surface, but trust me, when it comes to things like safety, privacy, and professional standards, they are worlds apart. And this table really lays it all out. Look, with licensed virtual care, you're getting a New York licensed professional, you're communicating live over video, and there's a real crisis plan in place. It's regulated by the state, and your privacy is protected by law. Now, compare that to many chat apps where the provider might not even be licensed, it's mostly just texting, and the rules around crisis planning and privacy can be murky at best. The bottom line is you need to know exactly what you're signing up for. So you know what to look for, you know what to avoid. How do you actually get started and make sure this care is going to work for you over the long run? It really comes down to 3 key things. First, vigilance. Your clinician is actively monitoring your progress. Second is access. This is huge for New Yorkers. No commutes, no subway delays, no traffic. Just removing that travel hassle makes it so much easier to stick with it. And finally, coordination. Your virtual therapist can easily share important info with your primary care doctor, so your mental health becomes part of your overall health picture.
And here are 2 final super empowering tips. First, you can, and you absolutely should, verify any therapist's license on the New York State Education Department website. It takes less than 2 minutes, and it gives you complete peace of mind. And second, know about the insurance parity law. This law means insurance companies have to cover virtual therapy the same way they cover in-person therapy. So quality care isn't just accessible, it's also affordable.
So there you have it. We've talked about what real virtual care is, why it's effective, and how to get started safely. We've laid out the standards, the checklist, and the red flags to watch out for. The path is clear, and you've got the map in your hands. So, the only question left is, what's your first step?